Rain is back in San Diego County. We're talking 1 inch to 2 inches on the ground by tomorrow. We'll be timing out this storm for you.
Plus, the president approves federal assistance for San Diego flood victims, how you can apply.
Having her on the council with her 7 felony indictments was very, very challenging.
A Chula Vista councilwoman resigns as she heads back to court today.
You're watching CBS 8 Mornings at 6.
Right now, California is being pounded by another atmospheric river, and the rain is arriving here in San Diego today. Thanks for being here at 6 a.m. I'm Eric Connard.
And I'm Neda Irampour. This all comes after President Biden declared a major disaster status for our entire state following the devastating floods here in January. So we have team coverage. CBS 8's Regina Yurita live in South Crest to explain what that declaration means for our county. We do want to start, though, with meteorologist Evan Arani tracking the latest. Where's the big line of green right now?
Well, you can see it mainly affecting North County as we speak. This is from Del Mar up through the Orange County border, and then north of us in Orange County, specifically right around the Santa Ana area. We're watching as the darker green and yellow cells make their way through and slowly move south. So that main wave, that leading edge of this storm is going to affect us shortly. A little bit of a wider picture shows you how wide it is, and that's going to keep moving south as the morning progresses. So we expect it in North County in the coming hours, but we expect it closer to downtown and the South Bay by the afternoon. So that's going to be 11 a.m. and noon that we see that activity really pick up. All in all, we're talking 1 to 2 inches in total. For now, if you're south of Del Mar, you probably aren't seeing all that much going on outside, mainly dry skies. But in general, today is going to be a rainy day, especially when we consider that afternoon stretch. All the way through early tomorrow morning, we're going to see those showers just scattered through the day. It is 6:02 right now, and as we get more of this rain this morning, victims of last month's flooding can now get federal assistance. President Joe Biden just declared a major disaster status for the state of California. CBS 8's Regina Yurita is live in South Crest with how you can apply. Regina?
Yeah, good morning, Evan. Sorry, got startled here for a second. Yeah, there's actually federal relief coming to those flood victims and communities who have been affected during those recent storms that happened January 22nd. So it's going to come in the form of grants, and it'll help for temporary housing, home repairs, as well as businesses and other programs. So it's already giving some praise from local leaders like Mayor Todd Gloria, and I want to get to that graphic because San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria welcomed the action, saying in a statement, the city has been on the ground in the impacted neighborhoods assessing damage and providing all the resources we can to get these communities on the path to recovery. Now, with this designation, we can focus on the long-term rebuilding efforts from this natural disaster. And Chairwoman Nora Vargas also showed her support in a statement. She says, while FEMA assistance is a crucial step forward, our work is far from over. We must remain vigilant in ensuring the safety and well-being of our community as we navigate the recovery process. Now, this all comes after the recent storms that have hit California. Communities in Mountain View and South Crest were hit hard during the January 22nd floods. Many still dealing with the water damages in their home and now mold. Communities were hoping for federal funding and are somewhat relieved to hear it's now coming. But flood victims know they still have a long road to recovery. So back out here, if flood victims want to start applying, they can actually head to the website disasterassistance.gov. Eric and Netta, I'll send things back to you guys.
Yeah, important to make those applications in, get them in. Thank you very much, Regina. Right now, roughly 47 million Californians are under flood alerts, with millions expected to see excessive rain today into tomorrow even. This latest atmospheric river has already left damage across our state, as we can see here. Look at that. Santa Barbara, Ventura County saw heavy rain, flooding roads and mudslides. Then Santa Barbara's airport totally shut down due to flooding. In the Bay Area, in the middle of your screen, heavy rain triggering flash floods and several flooded roads. Now in Los Angeles, concern in Beverly Crest and Palos Verdes and other neighborhoods where there are already mudslides and landslides from the storm 2 weeks ago. Those storms led to 600 landslides in the Los Angeles area alone.
City of San Diego is offering free sandbags at a couple of locations to help protect your property. Starting today, you can pick them up at the Encanto Recreation Center, Mountain View Community Center, or South Crest Recreation Center. Now, these are empty sandbags. Sand is not provided. And you can show us the weather or any damage if it's safe to do so. Share photos and videos on the CBS 8 app under the Near Me section. Just click Share with Us. And to keep up with the latest weather conditions and alerts on the go, you can download the free CBS 8 app from Google Play or the App Store.
New this morning, take a look here. A big mess after a crash in Chula Vista. You can see right there, that's a fence that was taken out. Wow, completely down. There's debris and a power pole now on those tracks right there. What a mess this caused. This happened about 2:30 this morning at Oxford Street near Industrial Boulevard, close to the trolley stop at Palomar Street. No word from MTS if this will affect service this morning, but of course that pole is right over the tracks. Also unclear if anybody was hurt in the crash. We'll be sure to keep you updated as soon as we find out more information.
In just a couple of hours here, former Chula Vista Councilwoman Cardenas and her brother set to appear in court. It comes one day after Cardenas resigned from her position.
She and her brother are now facing fraud charges. CBS 8's Chris Groh joining us live from downtown where that hearing is set to take place this morning. Good morning, Chris.
Yeah, good morning. And now with her resignation, City Council District 4 no longer has representation, something that the City Council is going to have to address. But they're also having their lawyers look into the fact that she is still on the primary ballot right now. And if she is one of the top 2 vote getters, she moves on to the November election. Here's Chula Vista Mayor John McCann talking about that.
Having her on the council with her 7 felony indictments was very, very challenging. I would hope that they would be looking for new leadership in District 4, but there is that potential that she could advance.
Now, in a memo to staff yesterday, Cardenas said that she was prioritizing her mental health and the health of her community in resigning, but she made no mention of those indictments and the lengthy list of legal troubles that she is facing, where her and her brother Jesus are charged with conspiracy to commit fraud, to money laundering, as well as failing to file tax returns. Investigators say that both siblings lied on their application to the federal government's Paycheck Protection Program to get $176,000 in taxpayer dollars. This during the pandemic. It's then alleged they illegally used part of that money to help pay off Andrea's campaign debt. Now, you can read more about the charges that Cardenas is facing, as well as what will happen at today's readiness conference by continuing to follow the story at CBS8.com. Eric and Netta.
All right, Chris, thanks for that. Yeah, the rain going to be coming down here across much of the county here in the near future, but it's going to start up in the north and slowly work its way down.
Yeah, it's going to hold north between now and 11 a.m. or so, and then start to move south. So if you're in Oceanside, Carlsbad, Del Mar, you're watching for that rain. Right now, it's already coming down, and it's only going to strengthen in the coming hours. If you're downtown or toward the South Bay, you could be waiting until 11 a.m. and noon for the moderate rain to begin. We might get some sprinkles in the meantime, but the more moderate rain is going to come around that time frame. So today's forecast shows temperatures are going to stay on the cooler side of average, but not by all that much of a margin. I mean, we've got 62 degrees. That's about 4 or 5 degrees off of normal. 61 inland, 53 across the mountains. That means it's coming down as rain across our local mountains. And then 69 for the deserts. They're looking at some AM showers, but deserts are going to stay on the lighter end of accumulations. Our atmospheric river map here shows you the clear line of the basic fire hose that we're talking about that has just hit mainly Santa Barbara County, LA County, Orange County, and now arriving in San Diego with a lot less force. So you can see how between now and Tuesday, Wednesday, through the day today and Wednesday, we see all of that activity just slowly taper off. Rain and wind today, all the way through Wednesday. 1 to 2 inches in total is what we're looking at. High surf advisory along the coastline. Flood watch also in effect. That'll be upgraded if we start to see that risk of flooding increase. Another round of rain Sunday and Monday, so we'll get this nice little break in between from Wednesday afternoon all the way through about Sunday before we start to see that chance climb once again. And there is that second storm into Sunday, Monday, where especially Monday we see that chance climb to 70%. But for today, hey, we're at 96% chance of rain, dropping down to 48 by the time we get to Wednesday. And then we see that nice little break in between. Temperatures are going to warm up as we get that break, so you can see how there's a good chance that inland will make it to the low 70s under partly cloudy skies by Friday. Sunday is going to be a pretty comfortable one as well. So a nice weekend ahead. It's just in particular today and then tomorrow morning, because by tomorrow afternoon, we're going to be back to those dry skies. Temperatures, yeah, they're on the cooler side of average, but this isn't a dramatic drop in temperatures. We're only about 10 degrees off of where we'll go by the time we get to Friday or so. Looking at the rain coming our way, again, starting off in North County, moving south. We'll time it out with more specificity in just a few minutes. Let's take a look at traffic. It's 6:10 right now. So far, your roads are wet out there in Oceanside. Not a big surprise. That's where the rain is already coming down. Good idea to slow down your speeds. This is the view of the southbound 5 at Oceanside Boulevard, where there's plenty of volume out there. Yesterday, volume was very, very light. Today, unsurprisingly, the day after President's Day, we're starting to see people head back to work and school. So expect some delays on the roads this morning associated with how wet those roads are, especially around North County. Border wait times this morning are looking better than they did yesterday. Sandy Siege Port of Entry, 70 minutes. That's about an hour and 10-minute wait. Otay Mesa Port of Entry going to run you about an hour and a half in total. Back to you.
Evan, thank you so much. I saw how wet it already is in Oceanside. Still ahead here, why some local leaders are calling on the president to shut down the border today.
Plus, how much more it will soon cost to apply to be a U.S. citizen. And what you need to do by today ahead of California's primary.